Plaintiff Nancy Nystrom is suing her former friend for a trip to Jamaica. Nancy says the defendant spent the second half of their vacation throwing up in the bathroom, and Nancy thinks it's because she's bulimic. Defendant Andrea LaPointe insists she was sick with food poisoning, and she says Nancy's known for talking trash about people, which is why she no longer has any friends.
All right, the plaintiff is suing her former friend for a trip to Jamaica. State your case, Nancy.
Well, I met Andrea 2 years ago. She's a little bit younger than me, so there's always been somewhat of an intellectual disconnect between us.
An intellectual disconnect because she's younger?
But she was really fun to hang out with, and that's why we hung out. But as I've gotten to know her, I've discovered that she's a spoiled daddy's girl that needs to start taking responsibility for herself and her things.
Business.
Please hold. Basically, Andrea doesn't want her family to know that she's a serious party girl and a drama queen.
Your Honor, that is not
Anyway,
true
let's
at
get to the
all.
point of the matter here. The reason we're here is because in the fall of 2008, I decided to plan a trip to Jamaica with 2 other gals. And at the last minute in January, Andrea decided to come along with us. At that point...
Did you invite her?
Yes, she was invited by everyone.
So she was a friend at the time?
Yeah, she was invited by everyone. At that time, I let Andrea put the trip on my credit card as I did for one of the other gals because she didn't have the cash up front. So we went and we had a riot. We had an absolute blast on the trip. And about halfway through the trip, Andrea got sick, or we didn't really know what was going on because we'd come to the room and she'd be throwing up, and we'd offer her medication and I'd bring her food and offer to take her to the doctor, which she declined.
Were you guys drinking? What was going on?
She never offered to take me to the doctor.
That is...
Were you throwing up?
I was throwing up. I had food poisoning.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Well, we don't know what happened because we never went to the doctor, but there are rumors of her
when I got
being
back,
bulimic.
and it was confirmed that I had food poisoning.
Okay.
That's fine. But
why didn't you go to the doctor when you were there?
Well, I was a little hesitant. I mean, I wasn't sure what it was. So.
Well, that's why you would go to a doctor.
Exactly. And that's
we were in
why
a third world country. I don't know. I was a little hesitant.
Okay.
Another day goes on. She's sick. But back home, there's rumors of her being bulimic. We don't know what to believe. If she's sick, bulimic.
Are you
bulimic as in put your finger down your throat and throw up?
Exactly.
That is an absolute lie.
Go ahead, Nancy.
She's sick the rest of the vacation. The rest of us gals go out and have a riot and do what we do in Jamaica. We come back and everything's all good. Everyone's friends. Andrea makes her first payment that we agreed upon for the trip, which I totally appreciated. All of a sudden, I start hearing these rumors that Andrea says she's afraid of me and that she's afraid that I'm going into her apartment, rifling through her things and taking her things.
Did you say that?
No, I never said that.
Were you afraid of her?
I was never afraid of her.
And why am I hearing these things?
I don't know why you're hearing these things.
Can I ask you a question, Nancy? Who are you hearing them from? That would be the place to start.
The people that we went on the trip with, and they're concerned. They're like, why is she saying this? Now, I have a reputation.
She's saying that the people that you went on the trip with are saying that
you're telling them
we're no longer friends with her because she talks a bunch of crap. Is manipulative.
She talks about people?
Yes.
Well,
and that's why she's not. None of them are
here
friends
nor there.
with them.
The matter at hand is that you're not paying me for the trip. So anyway, we come back from Jamaica. Everything seemed to be all good until I hear this stuff being talked about me. So me being the bigger person and learning that keep your friends close and your enemies closer, I wanted to have a sit-down conversation and find out what she was really feeling about me. So we go to happy hour. Me, Andrea, and my ex-boyfriend.
So you go to a happy hour at like a local tavern?
Local tavern.
What are you, a CIA covert operative or something? I mean, keep your enemies closer than your friends?
Well, I just want to know,
what if she's really saying this
stuff?
Got it. So what happens at the bar?
Nothing happens at the bar. We carry on like we're good.
Are you talking dirt about her?
After the fact, I wasn't really talking dirt about her. I was telling a mutual friend the situation that had happened, and maybe some things got
You know what, Doug? They went to Jamaica and they Jamaica each other crazy.
They Jamaica each other crazy. Jamaica me crazy.
So anyway, moving on with the story.
Okay.
Happy hour was pleasant.
She really wants to run this case, and I'm going to let you run it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We go, after happy hour, Andrea and I had a workout class that we were taking together.
What kind of class is this?
It's a hula hooping class. And we get to the car and she said, I'm not comfortable driving. So she has my ex-boyfriend drive the car.
Whose ex-boyfriend?
My ex-boyfriend.
Drive whose car?
Her car.
Her car. Is this after the happy hour?
Directly after it.
So you guys go from the local bar to the hula hoop class?
Yeah. It was really fun.
That's called EWI, exercise while intoxicated. How do you do that? In my life, I have never heard anyone go to a workout class after drinking.
It was actually...
And I'm not being judgmental. I'm just curious.
I went there for dinner.
What'd you drink that night?
I had a half of a Bloody Mary, which her ex-boyfriend
Why didn't you finish it?
I'm not a big drinker.
Okay.
Good
I didn't.
Okay, that's a good one. Thanks.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nancy.
Anyway, he's driving. We get done with our class. She feels like she doesn't want to drive still. So she has him drive us home. And we're at a stoplight. And we are now a victim of a hit and run situation where we got hit.
And he ran.
Let me finish, please. We got hit. And we all decide we need to get home because we all had been drinking. So
you get hit after the CIA covert operation at the local tavern where you're keeping your enemies closer. You have a few drinks. You go to a hula class.
Correct.
You then have your ex-boyfriend drive her car because you don't want to drive because you had half a drink, not a whole drink. You, of course, are a victim of another driver and you keep driving.
And he keeps driving.
We keep
I frantically am just like, are you kidding me? We need to stop the car.
Call the police.
Exactly. And he said, no, I can't stop. I'm going to get a DWI.
And who's responsible for their own vehicle? Who had the phone? You could have called. So anyway, we get home, put the car in park.
Andrea?
Yes, I could have called.
Why didn't you?
I don't know why didn't they.
If you don't know, who does know?
Well,
exactly.
I guess he sat there and swore up and down. He said, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it.
He's driving your car. He just had an accident in your car. You don't want to call the cops on him? Are you drunker than he is? Obviously, that's why he's driving your car. Why would you let a drunk drive your car?
At dinner, he had 2 drinks. Before dinner, this class was an hour long. He's a big guy. I guess I assumed people have a couple of drinks.
So then why didn't you pick up your phone and say, this guy's driving my car drunk?
Because he said he would take care of it.
All
That's
right,
exactly
now,
why.
Anyway,
why are you suing her?
I'm suing because it's not my fault that she's refusing to pay me for the trip.
How much have you paid her for the trip?
I've paid her $250.
And how much does she owe you for the trip?
$527.55 total.
$527.55. And why aren't you paying her?
I'm not paying her because I was going to pay her with the tax return that I was going to get, but instead I had to pay for my car damages.
Now, you don't think you owe her for the trip to Jamaica because her boyfriend smashed your car?
Yeah, well, because I was going to pay her, I agreed to pay her with my tax return that I was getting.
Right.
Which instead I ended up having to pay for my car that her boyfriend crashed.
So she should be out your trip to Jamaica because you allowed her boyfriend to drive your car and he smashed it up.
Yes, but she was well aware that...
Wrong. Andrea, a couple of points. Number 1, don't go on vacation if you don't have the money to pay for it. Number 2, the 3 of you are in a car with a drunk that you've allowed to drive drunk. You allowed a drunk to drive your car, shame on you. The car gets smashed and for some reason you think you don't have to pay her for the trip to Jamaica that she put on her credit card. Wrong again. And number 3, as far as I'm concerned, you all left the scene of an accident. You say that you were the victim of someone hitting you. I doubt that. I suspect he was drunk and you were all so drunk that you don't know what happened. How do you know you didn't hit somebody? How do you know you didn't hit another car, an animal, a person? Shame on all of you for driving drunk. Get a cab and go home and leave your car where it is. All right, now. And this hogwash about her ex-boyfriend not allowing you to call the police is ridiculous. You are an adult woman. You're a smart woman. You never, ever let someone influence you when your gut instinct tells you to do something else, okay? Verdict for the plaintiff, you have to pay her for the trip. So ordered.
I did a nice thing as a friend and brought you along on a trip that you said you were going to pay for, and I thought you would do the right thing, and I'm deeply hurt.
You knew all along that he said he was going to pay me back, and he never did. So.